Hey friends, it's Tanya with Tinkerin' and Ink with Tanya, and today we're going to play with a cover plate die from the Brutus Monroe June 2020 Inspiration Kit and a few other items. I recently pulled out my Gilding Flakes and I've been having fun with them. I had to have them about a year ago and used them, I think, probably twice and didn't really know what I wanted to do with them. And yeah, I found a couple ways to use this. Now, I was really experimenting quite a lot. I took my tape runner and ran a bunch of tape on a piece of cardstock and then stuck it in a box because those Gilding Flakes are so light and floaty. They go everywhere. Yeah, it's almost like glitter, only bigger. And then I die cut that gilded piece of cardstock and I get two pieces out of it. I get a cover plate and I get the inlay, and I had taken another piece of cardstock and I spritzed it with some it was old, it was re-inker that I'd put in a spritzer with water and a little bit of mica powder, some perfect pearls, and spritzed it all over that cardstock to make that shiny pearly stuff. And you see me tapping that piece of cardstock that's got some smooshing on it. I had taken the extra, excuse me, the extra ink from ink blending on a different panel and smooshed it onto that panel just so it wouldn't waste it. And I die cut it with a stitched rectangle die. I added a piece of coaster blank to the back of that. That helps take care of the warping, and of course I'm addicted to dimension. We know this by now. We just do. So this cover plate fits just perfectly inside of the stitched rectangle. And you saw me using my reverse tweezers to try to push those inlays out of the die into the pink panel, which didn't work so great. I ended up using the tip of an X-Acto blade and then breaking down and just plain ordering a pokey tool. I do have a couple of paper piercers, but it's just not the same. I didn't want something quite so sharp. Now, this is a better option than using your tape runner. This is some, what is this? It is permanent full sheet sticker by Rock, and I got it off of Amazon. I think I paid for the permanent version 100 sheets. I think it was like 20 bucks, 15 to 20 bucks. A very affordable way to get lots and lots of stickers, and you can print on these too. So I think I found a new love. This is going to be another permanent in my crafting stash. Although with 100 sheets, I probably won't need any. Probably won't need to buy again for a while. So now I'm pressing the Gilding Flakes all over this sticker sheet. It's very thin, very lightweight. So we'll fix that later. I decided to try to do a glitter sheet of my own, and I have this diamond dust from Pro Art that's been in my stash, and I am certain it is a purchase I made from someone else's D-stash like 10 years ago with gobs of glitter and embossing powder, and I just hadn't used it. It's a nice chunky iridescent. It almost looks like mica flakes, but ouch, when I was pushing that in, it was quite sharp. I think I actually got a splinter from it. So be careful. And here is where I'm going to fix the thinness of this sticker paper. I'm just going to adhere it to a piece of cardstock. Boom. That's all I had to do. So I'm also going to cut this out with the cover plate. I am going to glue this. Oh, that's the glittery sheet also. I'm going to glue that to a piece of cardstock also. So now I have two cardstock weight specialty papers that I created myself from stuff in my stash. Sometimes we think we have to go buy new stuff, and we have things to create the look we're looking for right in our stash. So I cut the gold out, and there's the new pokey tool. Clearly it's been some time between these. I had made 3 cards, and I was just playing, and then I decided I needed to make a video. So now I'm redoing some things and trying a few other techniques. These are the A2 dies that I use. They're by Katz Scrappiness. They're double stitched. And I cut the diamond dust glitter paper out of that, and now I'm going to try to glue this to the diamond dust glitter paper. Spoiler, it doesn't stick. I cannot make it stick. And liquid glue, this liquid glue anyway, sticks to darn near everything. I've taken plastic and glued it to paper with this. Super good glue. Yeah, that was a fail. On to method number 2. So I'm taking more of that permanent sticker paper, and I'm going to adhere the gold to that. I'm just going to line up 2 of the edges, and then I'm going to trim off the extra. So I've got sticky exposed underneath the negative portions, I guess you'd call it, of the seashells. I'm just going to trim that off all the way around and somehow manage to not remove the sticky. It's actually pretty darn sticky from the inlays, even though I'm putting my fingers on it. I'm taking the same diamond dust glitter, and I'm going to sprinkle that over, well, dump it over the sticky parts and smooth it over and press it in carefully to get all of the nooks and crannies covered. This actually works much better. So learn from my trials and tribulations here. This is the best way to get the glitter in those inlays. And then you have a solid back to glue to your card front. So now I'm going to take some Inca gold, yellow gold. I've been kind of in love with this stuff lately. I've been using it all over the place, doing different methods with it. I'm just going to paint it directly onto the cardstock with a little bit of water. It dissolves quickly into a lovely shimmery paint. And I'll just cover this entire panel. I keep having to add more water to my brush. And I just dip my damp brush into the pot of Inca gold. Sorry about clearing my throat all the time, but just be happy I'm editing out all of the coughing. Ugh. Any asthmatics out there? So I die cut that again with the same A2 die, and I'm going to adhere our inlay, or excuse me, cover plate to it. Just smoothing that glitter in a little harder, make sure, I don't want it to shed. I just don't. I know it's chunky glitter, but I'd rather it didn't shed. And we'll glue that down quick. And I'll use, I think I'm going to use my reverse tweezers, but I don't. They're pretty handy. They do work really well with smaller items mostly. So I'm going to add, of course, some coaster blank to the back. I actually had to crack open a new sleeve of those. Been going through a lot lately. Then I'm going to take an A2 card base, and I scored it at 4 1/4. So we'll glue this panel to the front. Boy, I sure show you a whole lot of gluing, don't I? Line that up quick. And then I'm going to use from the Brutus Monroe June Inspiration Kit stamp set, which, what the heck is the name of that one? Let me find it. See You Soon. It is available separate from the kit. You can, I'll try to link that in the description box below. And I'm going to take the Let's Shellebrate sentiment and stamp that in VersaMark on a scrap of white paper. And I pretty regularly double stamp, especially with VersaMark, just because I want to be sure I get a nice thick, good stamping with it so the embossing powder will stick really well. I like my embossing powder to be even and completely covering the sentiment. If you're doing white on black, you can always touch it up with a white gel pen, but yeah, that's not the case here. It's hard to match golds sometimes. So if you had a gold that matched it, you could touch it up that way, but double stamping does the trick. I'm going to use these Honeybee Sentiment Banners dies to cut out the sentiment here to put on the front of the card. My sidekick has been getting extra duty lately. I've discovered that a lot of dies go through that thing. Then I don't have to run around to the other side of my craft room. My craft room isn't set up traditionally. I don't have my desk against a wall. It's kind of in the middle of the room so my main desk, everything's standing. I don't sit in my craft room. I have an old china hutch that I converted into a desk. So there's a mirror facing me, which you see me reach up to get tape all the time. It's stuck to the mirror in front of me. I have lists and calendars up there, and there's shelves and drawers, and it's just, I found this at Goodwill, and it was perfect. I knew exactly what I wanted to do with it as soon as I saw it. And on the other side, so I have to walk around it, and you can't see it from my desk side, is my die cutting stuff and my stamps and all kinds of things. Anyway, so it's nice to be able to just use my little sidekick because it's just on the shelf on my desk. So this, I am using the stencil of the month from Brutus Monroe for June 2020. And I'm using some repositionable sticker sheet from Rock. And I'm using that to mask off the rest of the inside of the card using a little Wild Honey Distress Oxide. And then I just got this in the, I believe it's the June Simon Says Stamp card kit of the month. It's called Cosmic Shimmer Opal Blaze Polish, and I love it. This is Gilded Avocado. So I just used a blending brush to get a tiny bit on the brush, and then I kind of dabbed it off and smushed it a bit with into the lid of the container and put it on over the stencil, and it creates this wonderful shimmer. It's gorgeous. I think I'm really going to love that. And I peel that back. I've used that particular piece a few times. Look at that shimmer. Look at it. It's gorgeous. Yes. So I made 4 cards with this. Oh, I thought I edited this out. Nope, this is the right one. 2 of them are with ink blending or spritzing. 2 of them are gold based using a couple different methods. And I quickly made 4 cards. This is the last one I made with all of my boo-boos that you got to watch me do. And you can see all that shimmer from that diamond dust glitter and the shimmer from that cosmic opal blaze polish. And then this one is ink blended with abandoned coral, spiced marmalade, and wild honey. And there's the inside of that one. I might have to put some of that opal blaze stuff on there too. This one's completely inlaid on the shells. I like that. It's flush. It's gorgeous. And this one I spritzed. I had added some Inca Gold into a spritzer that had a little bit of brown inker and a lot of water, and it created that beautiful color. If you haven't subscribed to me, please hit the subscribe button. Check out the links in the description box below if you would like to purchase any of the supplies used in this video. As always, I super appreciate anyone who clicks on my affiliate links and makes a purchase. It really helps me to keep doing these videos. See you next time. Bye.